Okay, so I was asked to talk about the role of supplements in cancer. Kasi bibihira naman talaga yung mga doktor, lalo na oncologist na naniniwala sa supplements. Maybe I'm one of the few, and I'm sure it is your experience that when you talk to doctors, you are met with a lot of objections. Let's try to understand where that is coming from and maybe how you can address some of those objections. And you cannot really blame the doctors kung bakit ganun na lang kanega sila sa mga supplements kung minsan because of the overclaim ng marami namang mga companies dyan na halos mabubuhay na yung patay, no, from their supplements. So that's why uh I'm so glad that USANA is very ethical about its claims, and I want you guys to be really conscious about that. No over claims, no claims of cure, no claims of whatever, no. Okay. So again, disclaimer lamang, no, sorry, nag-jump ahead. Disclaimer lang na yung opinions and views expressed here are mine, not necessarily representing USANA, because it also represents some of my own experiences, no? And this is meant for educational purpose. Hindi kayo nagkokonsulta sa akin and just follow what I'm saying here because I'm not seeing your patients. So we still defer to their doctors. So that's clear, huh? Okay. Now, paano nga ba ako madalas ang tanong sa akin, Doc, paano kayo na-convince to use USANA? Okay? Now, let me tell you about my journey. I'm a cancer doctor. I've been in practice for almost 12 years before I moved to Singapore, for where I stayed for 17 years. I was doing drug development. Mga gamot para sa cancer, I had a hand in developing them for big pharma. Malaking kumpanya yan. I was medical director for Asia Pacific. While I don't hindi ko minamaliit naman yung na-accomplish na mga drugs natin for cancer. Many of the drugs have really saved patients' lives and have extended the lives of many cancer patients. My disappointment, though, is that many of the drugs that we developed actually may extend life for maybe 6 months, 1 year, and then the cancer comes roaring back, no? Na mas mabangis pa, no? They always recur. So parang there must be something wrong. We must be doing uh we must be doing more, no, to improve the outcome sa cancer, no? So that's how ako nag-isip ako ng ano pa nga ba? And then I realized that we have neglected nutrition for the longest time. Yung role ng food and supplements in preventing many of the degenerative diseases, including hypertension, diabetes, including cancer, is largely ignored, no, by many of our colleagues, including myself in the previous years, because that was never our training kasi. We were just trained to give drugs, treat them with whatever, tools that we have. And so that began my journey into studying cancer nutrition in a US-based institution, and I was just amazed to see also yung mga pasyente who are stage 4 cancer patients, or some of them are stage 3B, almost nasa stage 4 na. Nabigyan na lahat ng mga drugs and chemotherapy, and yet merong mga residual tumors pa rin, no? Kahit ilang chemo na sila, magre-respond maybe for a few months, 6 months, and then balik na naman ulit. And then when we change the patient's lifestyle and diet, I was surprised that I already have maybe about 3 or 4 patients in the last 6 months na negative evidence of disease. I cannot explain, no, just by simply changing the lifestyle, changing the diet. I don't know, maybe also God's miracle also, I cannot discount. So that really intrigued me, guys, no? So when I was in studying cancer nutrition, I was thinking, how can I make nutrition real for cancer patients, no? So, kasi ang mga cancer patients, sabihin natin, kumain ka ng maayos, kumain ka ng maraming gulay, karaming, pero hindi sila rin nakikinig eh. Gusto man nila, hindi, walang gana eh. Hindi kumakain. So, paano ka lalaban? No? How can you fight cancer when you are really losing a lot of weight? So, that's how I started looking for solutions. And lo and behold, um, all the natural compounds from fruits and vegetables and vitamins and minerals na tinuturo sa aking cancer nutrition course sa US, I found in the bottle of Cellsentials. So that started my inquiry. Sabi, ano ba tong kumpanyang to, no? So that's how I came to know in a deeper level about USANA and the quality of the products that they make. The fact that I came from pharmaceutical industry, no? I know how drugs should be manufactured, a very strict quality control, which is not required for most supplements. Kasi supplements siya eh. Parang food supplements sila. So FDA does not really require very stringent process. But USANA, when I visited the head office, I was surprised that they were manufacturing their drugs, their supplements like pharmaceutical grade na para siya tayong gamot na iniinom natin, no? That really impressed me. And that started my journey with USANA. Pero syempre, hindi lang ako basta-basta naniniwala. I need to see it for myself, whether that really works. And so, after 4 months of panliligaw ng aking kaibigan, I finally joined and tried USANA for myself and for my family. So, this was my leg, the one on the left, because I'm diabetic, I'm hypertensive, hindi controlled yung diabetes ko dahil sa sobrang stress ng trabaho ko sa region, sa Asia Pacific. So kahit nakalimang anti-diabetic drugs yan, yung blood sugar ko was up on the roof. And as most diabetics, mapipansin ninyo may mga sugat sa binte na hindi gumagaling-galing. No? So I consulted dermatology, daming na naipahid dyan, and yet hindi siya umuobra until I started Cellsentials and Proflavanol. Yun ang products na yon, no? The reason naman why I took them is because I wanted to have more energy so that I can do my work from 8 o'clock in the morning until 2 a.m. the following day. That is my normal schedule. So that's almost 20 hours of work nonstop. And so I said, okay, maybe the Cellsentials will help me gain more energy. But lo and behold, what I noted was after 3 months of taking Cellsentials, my skin improved like the one you see on the right side. No, na walang nagawa ang derma dyan dati. And yet, with Cellsentials and Proflavanol alone, I saw that my skin was healing, which for me was a very clear proof of USANA's claim of renewing the cells underneath para mapalitan yung mga nasa itaas. That to me was a game changer, and that started my deep belief in the product, and that's how I got to study it further. Now, ang sinasabi ko parati, no, supplements like what we have are not meant to be stand-alone treatment. Hindi po siya gamot sa cancer, for example. No? They are meant to help support the patient's immune system so that they can fight the cancer themselves. They are meant to support the overall health of the patient. No? Kaya galit na galit ako dun sa mga ibang kumpanya na nagkiklaim, "Hoy, wag ka nang mag-chemotherapy, ito na lang kasi gagaling ka dito." Guys, we are not making that kind of claim, please, ha? Kasi madadali tayo sa ating ethics and compliance. All right? Some are intended to alter the terrain. Kumbaga sa garden, kung ang katawan mo ay garden, binabago ng supplements ang iyong katawan so that the function of the body is optimized in such a way that you reduce the chances that the cancer can grow and thrive. No? And of course, importante, however, na hindi lang basta-basta supplements. As I've said, many supplements are actually unregulated, no? Hindi mo alam kung ano ba talaga ang nakalagay sa loob niyan because there are studies in the US that as much as 45% of supplements contain much less than what is claimed in the label, no? Meron ding sobra-sobra. Maganda ba yun pag sobra? Actually, pag masobra naman, pwedeng toxic din sa kidney. And that's how you heard reports na, bakit pagkainom niya ng supplements na ito, bakit yung kidney niya tumataas yung creatinine, nagfi-fail yung kidney. No? Because aside from contaminants, no, like lead, heavy metals that may find their way into the supplements that can damage some of internal organs, no? So, USANA, however, has a very strict quality control. Meron pa nga silang program, remember, sa mga atleta natin. Remember, athletes are very particular about the supplements, no? Dapat pure, dapat walang contaminants kasi pag may nahuling banned substance sa urine, they can be banned from competing. Yeah? That's why yung USANA sa guarantee, no? Kung ikaw ay atleta at mahulihan ng mga banned substances, we will pay you 1 million. So far, as far as I know, wala naman nag-claim. Ibig sabihin, our products are known to be really quite safe. Now, okay. Guys, madalas ako tanungin, Doc, ano ba ang madalas ninyong ibigay sa mga pasyente ninyong may cancer? I am an oncologist, so I will be focusing on that today. Although yung ating supplements actually has a wide range from healthy people to those na may mga sakit, it will help support their optimal health, no? Are you guys interested to find out kung ano ang madalas kong ibigay? Yeah, let's do that, and I'm going to give the reason why these are the ones I would normally give to patients. Huh? Okay. Tanggalin ko muna to ha. Hindi ko kayo makikita, guys. Mentor Tanya, if may questions nag-raise, paki-timbre nyo na lang po ako.
Sure, Doc.
So, number 1 sa akin, Nutrimil, no? Kasama talaga. Now, I will explain in a while. Then, Cellsentials is one of my favorite things to give to the patients. Magnical D, Proflavanol C, Hepasil Detox, DTX, and of course, probiotic. May isa pa actual dyan yung Biomega natin, which we can discuss also if we still have time later on. Bakit itong mga produktong to ang madalas kong ibigay? No? Okay. As you can see, many of the cancer patients are really malnourished. In fact, sabi sa mga studies, 40% of the patients with cancer die not from their disease but from malnutrition. No? Hindi sila kumakain, no? Either because of the effect of chemo itself, or because the cancer cells release chemicals into the blood that cause a lot of muscle wasting, no? Walang natira sa mga muscles, no? Pati yung mga fat nila. Now, kahit pakainin mo ng pakainin yan for as long as you don't address the underlying cancer, hindi yan tataba yung pasyente. Okay, so importante na pag ganitong state yung patient, you have to address the underlying cause, which is cancer itself. Pangalawa, kung bakit sila malnourished, talagang walang ganang kumain. Again, could be possibly because of cancer itself or because of the effect of chemotherapy. Okay? I don't know if some of you have experienced magkaroon ng singaw, di ba? Ang sakit niyan kaya kumain. Magkaroon ka lang ng isang singaw sa labi, ang hirap ng kumain or sa gilagid. Now, for most cancer patients, as one of the side effects of chemotherapy, para kang may singaw yung buong bunganga mo. Okay? Sometimes even the stomach has this so-called sores, no? Pag ganyan, paano ka kakain? No? So that is also the reason why many of our patients with cancer. So this is where I would recommend giving them Nutrimil actually as meal replacement muna habang hindi pa sila kumakain. Unang-una, hindi na nila kailangang nguyain. Okay? So it contains almost a complete meal by itself. And the good thing about this is mostly protein siya. Remember, wala sila mga muscle mass, ubos. Those protein can actually help build those muscles, no? At pangalawa, it contains a lot of fibers, no? And fibers are actually yung pagkain ng ating good bacteria. And I will tell you about the balance between the good and bad bacteria sa ating stomach and intestines later on, why it is important to restore that balance, no? So, yung fiber na yun ang kinakain ng mga good bacteria. Pangalawa, very small yung sugar content nito. Remember that cancer feeds on sugar. They love sugar. Kaya nga pag nagpe-PET scan tayo, I don't know if you've heard of PET scan, yung nakikita natin yung mga cancer cells kung saan na sila using a machine, no? Pero bago natin sila isalang sa machine, may ini-inject tayo na sugar. And yung sugar na yon, nilagyan natin ng radioactive substance para masundan natin kung saan sila pumupunta. Right. So lo and behold, because sugar ang in-inject natin, yung mga cancer cells will gobble them up. Kakainin nila doon 50 times faster than normal cells. They love sugar. So ang kinaganda naman si Nutrimil, mababa yung sugar content, and not only that, hindi siya madaling ma-absorb into the bloodstream. Okay? So ayan ang ibig sabihin ng low glycemic, no? Hindi kaagad pumapasok sa blood for the benefit of the cancer cells, no? It's also gluten-free. Yung may mga allergy sa gluten can experience a lot of diarrhea, bloating. So, pag may gluten allergy ka, that can lead to these symptoms. Pero fortunately for Nutrimil, wala siyang gluten. So ito, ang maganda rin dito, it comes in 3 flavors kaya hindi magsasawa yung patient, no? May mga may mga supplements tayong shake din na nabibili sa market. Pero for me, mataas yung sugar content, mas matamis masyado. And again, sometimes it just comes in one flavor, either chocolate or vanilla, no? So I think having these 3 flavors, pwede mong i-recycle at hindi magsasawa kaagad yung pasyente. So this is one of my favorite things to replace the patient's meal kung hindi sila kumakain. Okay. Next is Cellsentials, no? Ito for me ang pinaka-foundation ng nutrition talaga, no? Kung titingnan natin, it says optimum cellular nutrition. And that is what USANA is known for. We are known for our products to really feed the cells, no? Hindi siya supplements lang na dumadaan sa dugo, sa bituka, papasok sa kidneys natin para ilabas, no? And I think it has one of the most comprehensive number of supplements, 14 vitamins, 17 minerals, and 18 powerful antioxidants. Ano yung antioxidants? These are the ones that combat yung mga free radicals, yung mga chemicals na pumapasok sa katawan natin from the food, from the pollution, and all of these free radicals can damage our internal organs and the cells, no? Ang mga antioxidants na ito ay extracted ni USANA from some of the most important medicinal plants, including, for example, yung tomatoes, no, contains lycopene, good for cancer yan. Turmeric, yun yung mga luya, very good for colon cancer. Not olive oil, no? All of these have been instructed. 18 lahat yun, guys, no? Na in-extract and pinurify ni USANA and put them into a compact form in the form of tablets, no? And isa pang pinagmamalaki natin ay ang tinatawag nating intelligence technology. Okay? Unique to sa USANA. USANA lang ang merong ganyan. They were able to harness this technology so that the cells can communicate with each other so that they can function optimally. Di ba guys, kung minsan, can you imagine, kung yung ating Army, Navy, at yung Air Force natin ay hindi malinaw ang communication with each other. Paano sila paano nila fight the enemy in that sense, no? If they are not able to communicate well. Our nutrients are designed so that the cells can optimally communicate with each other so that they can function and collaborate with each other for optimal results. Okay, so sa atin lang merong ganyan. Now, yung mga vitamins kasi, guys, kung nagbe-bake kayo ng cake, right? Hindi namang pwedeng random lang yung amount ng sugar, yung random lang amount ng flour, ng milk. It has to be well calibrated, no? Tamang proportion. Yeah? Si USANA, that's what it did, no? With all the supplements, hindi lang yan pinaghalo-halong mga kung ano-ano mga substances. They were well researched kung gaano kadami bawat isa, and how can they be formulated in such a way that they will penetrate into the cells where they are needed. Yeah? So yan ang intelligence technology ni USANA. Okay. Now, ang daming mga vitamins and supplements naglipa na sa market, no? Sasabihin nila, bakit ang USANA ang dami-dami niyong iniinom, no? Tama ba? Do you guys get that kind of objection from our clients? Bakit dalawa ng ganyan? Because we are giving them the optimal amount for the body to function at its best. Alam mo, kung yung amount na yon ay pagsasamahin sa isang tableta, sabi ni USANA, kasing laki na siya ng golf ball at hindi natin siya malulunok. Yeah? Kung yung hinahanap mo ay maliliit na tableta lamang na pwede mo nang inumin na isang tableta, that means hindi sapat yung iniinom mo to really meet the requirement, no? Madalas ang sinasabi natin RDA, recommended dietary allowance, na ganito lang. That is a very old concept, guys, no? Yung mga konting-konti lang ay inumin para lang mag-normalize. In the modern world where we are swimming in a sea of free radicals, a lot of stresses in the environment and even in the workplace, we need much more than recommended dietary allowance. We need the optimal doses ng mga supplements na ito para mapunuan yung pangangailangan natin. So, one book was saying yung RDA na sinasabi ng maraming mga vitamins sa market is inadequate for many healthy people. That is 1930s pa yan. More so for sick people like cancer. Cancer patients are very much depleted because of their disease. Their body is so much depleted. Para bang, sinasabi ko nga, pag yung normal na tao, binigyan mo ng isang basong tubig, maaring okay na yun sa kanya. But cancer patients are just like running a marathon. They need more than just a glass of water, ha? Para mapunuan ang pangangailangan na. Kasi nutritional depleted, that's why we want to give them the optimal amount. And that is what USANA is giving. Kaya sinasabi natin, hindi lang sapat na isang tableta lang. Isang tableta yan, ibig sabihin micro level din ang yan, and that will not be enough for you, especially if you are battling a serious disease like cancer. Okay, ang next na gustong-gusto kong ibigay sa pasyente will be Magnical D. It contains calcium, magnesium, boron, and cholecalciferol or vitamin D3, no? In the right ratio so that you don't develop calcium stones in the kidney. Yeah. Now, calcium, guys, magnesium, and vitamin D are very important for bone health. No? And many of our cancer patients, because they are mostly nasa 50s and 60s, no? Lalo pag mga babaeng may cancer, their bones are really quite compromised. No? Marami dyan nagninipis na yung mga buto as a result of age and hormonal problems. Ngayon, lalo na yung mga breast cancer patients, no? May iniinom yan guys ng mga gamot sa breast cancer, yung tablet na hormone, which can further make their bones brittle, no? Nagninipis yung mga buto nila because of their maintenance for cancer. And so therefore we need to supplement them with calcium, magnesium, and boron. Hindi pwede guys na calcium lamang ang iniinom natin, no? Hindi sapat yan para gumawa ng buto. Okay? So, may isa pang actually benefit ang vitamin D in particular. No, vitamin D is very important. Magpa-araw po tayo. Lalo na magpa-araw tayo mga before 10 o'clock. Huwag kayong magpa-araw ng tanghaling tapat dahil skin cancer naman ang aabutin natin. Vitamin D, aside from its role sa buto, guys, studies have shown that vitamin D3 can shut off the genes or the DNA in the cancer cells that make them grow. Okay? Studies have also shown that vitamin D can push the cancer cell to commit suicide. Kumbaga sa Hapon, harakiri, no? They commit suicide, so they die. Ang tawag sa medicine yan, apoptosis. Now, never mind. Basta lang, sometimes the vitamin D can push them to commit suicide so that they die, no? So yun ang isa pang effect ng vitamin D. Okay. Ang next would be Hepasil. No? Hepasil is important in removing a lot of the toxins and waste products. No? Yung liver natin kasi ang tagasala ng lahat ng mga toxins sa mga pagkain natin, including yung mga chemotherapy. Remember kung minsan pag nagkikimo tayo, kaya tumataas yung mga liver enzymes kasi namamaga yung mga cells ng liver as a result of your chemotherapy. No? Now, within our body, meron tayong natural substances. Yung katawan natin gumagawa ng mga substances to help neutralize yung toxins na pumapasok. Pero habang tumatanda tayo, kumukonti din yon. No? So, our liver needs help. No? More so after chemotherapy. Pagkabigay ng chemotherapy, pinatay mo lahat ng mga cancer cells at even to some extent yung mga normal cells. The body and the blood and the liver is just overwhelmed with so much of these toxins, no? Suddenly flooding the liver. So that is why Hepasil is actually helpful in that sense because they contain the substances that help to neutralize the toxins and the waste products. Meron akong pasyente went through chemotherapy. After the third cycle of chemotherapy, tumaas yung liver enzymes 3 to 4 times above the normal limit, no? Ngayon, yung doctor niya, actually, I was not the oncologist. Lumapit lang sa akin for some advice. Could not proceed. The doctor cannot proceed with the chemotherapy dahil natatakot na it will damage the liver further. So 3 to 4 times the liver enzyme elevation, yung SGOT and SGPT, if you are doing some blood test, no? Yun ang tinetest natin. So, binigyan ko ng Hepasil detox, DTX. And after 1 month of taking Hepasil, the liver enzymes neutralized, became normalized, and the doctor was able to proceed with chemotherapy. So, I don't know how many cases of this na nangyayari, but I've also heard a lot of similar stories from other users of Hepasil. Okay. You've heard of good and bad bacteria sa stomach natin, di ba? That balance is very important for overall health. Now, pag nag-chemotherapy ang isang tao, isang cancer patients, wipe out yung mga good bacteria. That is why these patients suffer from a lot of the ill effects of that. They suffer from diarrhea. Do you know that imbalance between good and bad bacteria in the gut can also produce mental health issues like depression, anxiety, no? Can also cause malabsorption ng mga nutrients mo, kaya nagiging malnourished dahil hindi na puro na lang bad bacteria na iwan, mostly good bacteria are wiped out. Okay. Stress. Yung mga cancer patients ba under stress? Yes, they are. That by itself can already cause an imbalance of the good and bad bacteria in the gut. Most of the cancer patients are also on antibiotics. Most of them are on painkillers. Again, this can cause that imbalance, no? So, maraming ill effects niyan sa katawan, guys. And so we need to replenish those good bacteria. Saan mo kukuhanin yung good bacteria? From the food. Like if you like kimchi, yan, mga mahilig sa Korean dramas dyan, yung pumunta sa APC sa Korea, kimchi is a very good probiotic, no? From the food. Yogurt is also a good form of probiotic. Even yung pickles are also good sources of probiotic. Ngayon, hindi ka naman pwedeng kumain ng kimchi araw-araw para ma-replenish yung good bacteria. And so what I would prescribe to my patient is actually a probiotic called, ito ngayon, nasa powder form siya, guys. And pwede mo siyang i-mix sa 1 glass of water at inumin. What I do is just every other day lang. It doesn't have to be every day. Or kung tamad ka namang isaw-saw pa sa tubig, you just take it as is. It's in powder form. Matamis siya, para lang siyang pulburon. Parang ganun lang. So take this every other day to rebalance the good bacteria, because this powder contains 2 of the most well-studied bacteria, probiotic bacteria, no? And they are just like the bacteria that resides in your large intestine, no? And that is why it's actually good, no, protection against the mga colon cancer as well. Now, it contains one of the highest number of CFU or colony forming units na active bacteria. Okay, so very convenient. Pwede mo siyang dalhin, unlike yung ibang liquid na probiotic na pagdadalhin mo, medyo hassle, no? Baka matapon pa sa loob ng bag mo. Ito, na ano lang, sachet lang siya, sachet. Okay, so this is what I would give to my patients as well as part of their regimen. And of course, proflavanol, no, which is grape extract. I think this is one of my favorite because napakadaming gamit nito actually, no? It is one of the most powerful antioxidants. Sabi nga nila, it is 20 times more potent than I think vitamin E, or 50 times more potent than vitamin C, or maybe the reverse, no? Basta one of the most potent anti-inflammatory, no? And it also has very good effect on the blood vessels, and it also supports your immune system. Grape seed lang yan, guys, no? So kung kayo may inflammation from allergies, no? Pag meron kayong mga asthma or anything inflammatory, I would recommend giving this as well as a support. Now, finally, in the field of cancer, ang sinasabi nila, most of the cancer are actually lifestyle related. 90% are lifestyle, no? So that research have shown that if you just do proper diet, i-modify mo lang, tanggalin mo na yung masyadong sugary drinks and sweets, you do regular physical activity, and most importantly, maintain a normal body weight. Doing these three, guys, diet, tanggalin na yung mga processed food at mga too much mga saturated fat, mag-exercise o kahit walking lamang ng 50 minutes or 30 minutes every day for 5 days, and keep your body weight to a normal level. By doing these three alone, you already prevent 30 to 40% of cancers. Okay? So, madali lang siyang gawin dapat, pero bakit napakahirap gawin ang madali? So I think we need to probably include this in our New Year resolution to adopt some of these advice here. No? So we know that being obese or overweight leads to cancer, at least certain kinds of cancer. In fact, kung ikaw ay may breast cancer at ikaw ay nasa overweight side ka, ayon sa pag-aaral ng mga 80,000 women, your risk of recurrence na maulit kahit ikay nagamot na increases by 5%. Yung mga ginagamot ng mga tablets, it increases risk by 60% na bumalik si cancer, especially if nasa obese side ka. Kahit na yung mga na-chemotherapy na, again, another study showed 20%. So for me in my clinic, when I see a person with cancer who is a bit on the plump side, we discuss things on how can we move the weight towards a more ideal side, no? Kahit yung mga friends natin or family members na wala namang cancer, pero sa tingin ninyo ay nagigain ng weight, I think we can encourage them to go back to maintaining their ideal weight as much as we can. And this is where I would recommend yung ating weight management program, and I think they will kick off yung PAC 1 and PAC 2 again by February. Guys, I have had very, very successful results with this one. A lot of my patients lose as much as anywhere from 5 to 9 kg in 2 months of doing the weight management program. Now, remember, if the person is obese or overweight, he is at risk of developing diabetes, number 1. He is at risk of developing heart disease. He is at risk of developing cancer as well. Tatlong sakit yun, guys, na pwedeng dumapo. No? So by doing weight management, by doing exercise, by doing nutritional intervention, tatlong sakit kaagad ang maaari nating mabawasan yung risk. And I would encourage you guys to really, all those associates here, please help me spread the word about trying to achieve their ideal weight as much as we can, no? So, yeah. And finally, I would like just to share the story of a patient of mine. Hindi ko siya actually pasyente, lumapit lang sa akin for some nutritional advice. This patient was diagnosed with colon cancer na nakimo na't lahat, na-opera na't lahat, and then on the 3rd year, idudugtong na dapat yung colon niya kasi nilabas yung colon, no, para doon siya dumumi sa abdomen niya. I think you've heard about colostomy, no? Doon sila dumudumi. After 3 years, sabi niya, okay, baka pwede nang ibalik at pagdugtungin ulit yung mga bituka. But during the operation, may napansing bukol doon sa loob. And the operation dragged on for almost 12 hours. 12 oras. So a lot of manipulation inside the intestine, but that patient will already kill your good bacteria. The patient had decline ang kanyang kidney function. Yung liver was inflamed. At yung sa abdomen niya, may lumalabas na tubig na 2 liters every 24 hours. Guys, can you imagine that? 2 litro ng tubig lumalabas dito malapit sa puso mo, dripping into a bag. And that was going on for 5 months.
Excuse me.
Hindi na alam ng surgeon ko ano gagawin because they cannot give any other drugs. The patient is infected. Merong kidney problem.
Excuse me, Doc Alex. Sorry.
Wala namang ibang choice na, subukan na lang natin itong USANA.
Doc?
Yes?
I'm sorry, nag-change yung audio mo. Parang,
okay. Can you still hear me?
Ayan, okay po.
Okay, yeah. So I put this patient on those products na binanggit ko na kanina. No? Binild up ko with Nutrimil kasi hindi na halos kumakain. Binigyan ko rin ng Magnical D. Okay, binigyan natin ng Cell Essentials. Binigyan natin ng probiotics. Binigyan ng proflavanol. Binigyan na the works, the one I discussed earlier. And after 10 days of this regimen, this is what she told me. From 2 liters every 24 hours. Dati doc, 100 cc per hour. So almost 2,400 in 24 hours. For 2 days na 45 cc per hour na lang. Okay? And then few days later, I started taking USANA on April 18. The drain kung saan pumapasok yung fluid na 2 liters every day was finally removed 10 days after starting USANA. Kasi 50 cc up to 3 cc na lang talaga ang lumalabas. Ang sabi niya, Doc Alex, ang galing ng USANA. Ang bilis ko na maglakad. Dati I walk like an 80-year-old lola and this is just 65, I think. Ang dati kapag nag-mall kami, pag uwi namin ay pagod na ako. Now, after malling, ay mataas pa rin ang energy ko. Thank you sa iyo at sa USANA. I think, guys, these are just one of those na nakakataba ng puso, no? Na may nagagawa tayo para mapa-improve yung quality of life ng patients natin. Now, I feel na we don't have to wait na tayo magkaroon ng mga ganitong klaseng sakit. I think we can take responsibility for our own health right now, no? Ang sinasabi ko nga, kung kayo ay nasa 30s, 40s, this is the perfect time to take care of your body, no? Bakit guys, kung bumibili kayo ng kotse, inaalagaan ninyo, pinapadala nyo sa casa, nag-change oil kayo, blah blah blah, every 6 months. Ba't yung katawan natin hindi natin magawang ganyan? Considering na yung mga parts ng kotse na papalitan, yung parts ng katawan natin hindi. So this is my challenge to you for 2024. Take stock of your health because isang beses lang yan tayo magkakaroon ng magandang pangangatawan at it is almost natural na over time magwe-wear out, but we would like to postpone that premature aging of our internal organs and our skin and our looks. And that is by taking care of it through diet, nutrition, exercise, and of course, supplementation. So I'll stop here and I'd like to open kung meron po kayong mga questions. Please feel free to just either chat or open your microphone and ask. May tanong ba? Malinaw ba, guys? Sorry.
Very, very powerful, Doc. Thank you so much, Doc. I know maraming natutunan po talaga lahat, and I think meron pong mga few questions
Mm,
on ano po. Pwede ko basahin ko na lang, Doc, ha?
mm.
So, meron po kaninang nag-ask or earlier on, bakit daw po pinagbabawal nung iba ang pagte-take ng mga herbal na supplement? No, may tatlong patients na po daw siya nakausap na breast cancer and hindi daw po pinatake ng herbal supplements.
Yeah. So this is a common reaction, no, among the doctors, and you cannot blame the doctors, right? Again, kasi ang dami talagang naglipana ng mga supplements na hindi talaga well controlled yung quality. Sinasabi ko nga sa inyo kanina, ang dami diyan, kulang-kulang yung amount o sobra-sobra. Aba, folic acid, guys, akala mo ang folic acid is a benign product? If you reach a toxic level, that can damage your kidney. And supplement, when Consumer Lab examined some of the supplements na sa US na ito, ha, I think there were like 4 brands. The folic acid was so high level that there was a potential to damage the kidney. So number 1, yung mga doctor na parang nag-iisip na baka naman dahil sa supplement yan, no? Of course, hindi naman nila iniimbestiga actually. Minsan tumataas yung liver enzymes, no? Ay, kasi uminom ng supplements. Hindi natin alam kung supplements ba talaga yon, o baka naman uminom yan, o baka naman may iniinom na mga gamot yan, na mga, for example, mga gamot sa cholesterol na nakakataas din ng liver enzymes, so baka uminom ng alak, no? So minsan hindi naman na-investigate, so parang easy culprit ang supplements. So this is where you can probably have more confidence, no, because the way USANA manufactures its product, no, is of such quality na you can be confident that those things na nakikita natin from others will be minimized, no. Isa pa, ang sinasabi ng mga doktor, kasi baka during the chemotherapy, no, habang binibigyan mo rin ng antioxidant, baka kinokontra. Baka kinokontra daw yung chemotherapy kaya hindi nagiging mabisa. Okay, the way I would handle that and what I would do in practice, because it is true, pwede may mga interactions, no? So because the chemotherapy is typically given every 21 days, no? Bigyan kita ng chemo ngayon, balik ka ng 21 days. So yung chemo na yan will wear off after mga 3 days normally, depende sa klase ng chemo. Pag 3 days wala na sa blood halos, that's when I would add in my supplement 3 days after. Depende sa chemo. Na again, as a rule, I would say 3 days after para ma-rebuild naman yung katawan niya with help ng mga supplements, Nutrimil, yung mga ganon. Para matulungan ulit, kumbaga, nirat-rat mo na yung katawan niya para matamaan yung mga cancer cells. There will be, shall we say, collateral damage. Yung mga normal cells, minsan natatamaan talaga. So that is why we give all these supplements to help rebuild that. Okay? So that's what I would do. And then, in the next cycle, mga 2 days before the next cycle, itigil ko muna yung supplement. Para lang to give it space, no? Just to assure the doctors as well na we're trying to eliminate itong mga ganitong klaseng concern of, drug interactions and all. Yeah, so I think those are the common objections, no? Ayaw nila kasi, well, number 1, hindi rin naman talaga nila alam yung mga supplements. But hopefully that will change, no, with a lot of our educational campaign as dumadami din yung mga doctors natin. So hoping na mas maraming believers sa supplements, but the right kind of supplements.
Thank you so much, Doc. Another question po, bakit po daw siya nagsasuffer ng bloating and LBM every time they take Magnecal D?
Okay. So, anong dose nun? I need to understand, no? Because some people can be sensitive sa magnesium component, no? So, ang gagawin ko diyan, hindi ko siya, kasi for cancer patients at least, ang recommended dose actually is 2 tabs sa umaga, 2 tabs sa gabi, 4 tabs yan eh. Oo. For some people kasi medyo sensitive sila sa magnesium, and that can induce some diarrhea. So I would break in ko slowly, no? Dahan-dahan muna, start mo ng isa, once a day, and then maybe after 3 days na wala naman, okay, akyatin natin ng 2 times a day. Kung wala naman, akyat natin ng 3 times a day hanggang matolerate niya. Kung ano lang matotolerate, then do stop at that.
All right, thank you, Doc. Another one, Doc, she has papillary thyroid cancer. So total thyroidectomy last 2018, and this February she had her PET scan. Which supplements does she need to continue or discontinue? Titigil daw po kasi Thydin ko for 1 month prior to PET scan. Yun po naka-ask.
Right. So what they will do, they will, before the PET scan, they will stop muna the supplements. I will, hindi naman gano'ng katagal daw pinapatigil, because normally we just discontinue that for about 3 days before the PET scan. Hindi naman isang buwan.
1 month
One
Thydin
month talaga.
daw po kasi Thydin ko for 1 month prior to the PET scan.
The thydine kasi ano yun eh, that's the hormone that they take, no? So talaga pinapatigil. But thydine is not a supplement, it's a drug. It's a hormone that is used for, yeah, so that's right. For thydine, we discontinue for 1 month. But for supplements, for PET scan, for some reason, the radiologist advised us to stop vitamins. Pero hindi naman 1 month, mga 3 days lang usually. Yeah.
Okay, Doc. Doc, what can you recommend for those taking blood thinners?
Okay. So fortunately for our drug, ang isa lang namang concern normally dyan ay yung mga vitamin K containing, because there could be some interactions with those drugs. Pero actually, sa mga patients naman na ako actually, classic example, naka-blood thinner ako. I've been taking all supplements ng USANA. So far, no interaction. I think it's more for the old generation ng blood thinners, yung mga Coumadin, no? Yung mga Coumadin na blood thinner, yun ang medyo may mga interactions. But yung mga Clopidogrel, yung mga ganon, no? So far, I'm a testimony of that. I've been taking that for years and years. I've been taking USANA products for almost 2 years. Wala naman reactions. Older generation of Coumadin.
Okay, Doc. Thank you po. Next question. Okay ka pa, Doc?
I have a hard stop ng 9 because I have to talk to a patient at 9 from Japan.
So, last, okay pa ba, Doc, na mag-take na nutrition pag mag-conceive ng baby?
Ano daw?
Okay po ba mag-take ng active nutrition kapag nagko-conceive ng baby? Trying to conceive? Yeah, active nutrition.
Active nutrition. We actually have trying to conceive, meaning hindi pa buntis.
Buntis, trying to conceive.
Trying to conceive. Actually, I would recommend nga, well, Cell Essentials is always basic, no? And of course, the folic acid content there is also good for and ang isa talagang nire-recommend din ng mga fertility doctors will be yung Coquinone actually.
Okay.
No? Coquinone is good. I would also recommend yung Biomega, yung fish oil, because of its anti-inflammatory property. And kahit na nga buntis ka, pwede kang mag-take pa rin ng fish oil because that is really actually good for the baby's brain development. So in fact, the US FDA would recommend a certain dose of fish oil for those na buntis, again, for the sake ng development ng baby. I would need to, kung may fertility problems, we need to investigate what's the underlying cause. But I think it's okay. For me, it's really okay to take mga active nutrition while you're trying to conceive. We want you to be as healthy as possible. We want the egg and the sperm to be as healthy as possible as well.
All right.
So good luck.
Thank you, Doc. Doc, the dosage daw po, if you have cancer patients, di ba, you recommend some supplements. What would be the dosage for each product?
I would still follow what is put in the label, yung nasa bote, nakalagay naman yan doon. Now, some doctors would go beyond that. You must aggressive. For your own protection, I would recommend that you stick to the label. Kung ano nakalagay doon, just follow that one. Because if something happens, minsan wala namang kinalaman sa iyo sana, may nangyari sa pasyente, sisisihin sa iyo sana. Now, ngayon pag binigyan mo yan ng beyond the required dose, dahil gusto mo na maubos yung supply niya. hindi tayo ganun ha, guys. Stick to the label because at least you are protected. The company is also protected, no? Kasi yung doses na yon did not come by accident. It was based on the recommendation by researchers. Yeah. Okay.
Doc Alex. So everybody, please message your thank you to Doc Alex, no, for this very short notice na seminar, but very informative. I know everybody has learned so much from Doc Alex tonight, and we are so privileged and honored na you're able to talk to us tonight, Doc Alex. Thank you so much, and God bless everyone.